Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking with Karen. Haven't been here in a while. I'm sure you haven't missed me, but I'm back using up my summertime vegetables. I know it drives you nuts. All of a sudden you're bombarded with tomatoes and cucumbers and squash, everything else. So I've had a few people say, when are you coming back? You know, my cousin John and now they're going, come on, get it back on here. Well, guess what? I'm here. Anyways, let's get started. I have no clue what I'm doing today. I'm doing something with tomatoes. My sister said she wanted an omelet, and so I made her one. Okay, this is what I use. I use whole tomatoes, okay? I have onions, red peppers. I have pesto here. That's an iffy for anybody. Cheese, that's it. Eggs, salt, and pepper. Okay? What I do is I fill the cups up. I make little rings, just like this, tomato rings. Okay? All I do is I take the tomato. Huh? Did you say something to me? Now that we were interrupted by my sister, that's fine. You know that always happens when she videotapes. So she's up here pulling my arm today, by the way. Okay, so what I was telling you before we were interrupted is I take a tomato and I cut it in, I would probably say what, quarter inch, half inch slices? Or you can do it bigger if you want. Depends on how big you want your omelet. Once you're done slicing it, I've already done some, so that's why I'm not too, I don't know if you could see this or not, but I take the tomato and I cut all the way around to make it a circle. Okay? And then I shoot that thing out. And there you got it. Looks like a pepper ring. So I'm going to do these real quick. And the whole idea is to try to get this pulp out of here, because if you don't take the pulp out, your eggs won't set. Okay? So that's done. I have one more. We'll do it in a hurry without hurting the tomato. Okay, there you go. That's all done. Okay, with this here, I've already done them, but with the middles, just take all the seeds out, okay? If you can, just squeeze that pulp out of there. Once you're done squeezing that pulp out, take it and just cut them up into little cubes like this. See? I did, and then you have no waste. I'm gonna leave this because I can use it. I'll use all this for bruschetta or something later on today when I cook. So anyways, that was it. You cut these little tomato rings. Now we're gonna put it all together. Okay, so what I do is I only have 3 eggs, and there's probably too many. But I have the onions and peppers. You know what? Before I do these eggs, I'm gonna go over here to the stove, and I'm gonna start cooking those onions and peppers down. Get them a little soft, cause you don't want I would like crunchy in mine, but that's just me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little olive oil in the pan, maybe a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna throw my stuff in here, my onions and peppers. We'll get them going. Now, just so you know, my sister just got done yelling at me about, Karen, I'm gonna buy you some dishes you can make it look nice when you present the food. You know, I don't care what my food goes on as long as the plate is clean. And this is paper. It goes in the garbage. This is what I call fine china. Okay, you use it once, it goes in the garbage. So if y'all are wondering, this is redneck china. Okay, it goes in the garbage. So we're gonna come back over here. I don't know about you. I don't particularly care about doing dishes, but I do dishes as I dirty them, so I don't have to look at them at the end. All right, salt and pepper, right here. Just a little salt, a little pepper. Now look, if you want bacon in there, get some bacon cooking, chop it all up, and cook them onions and peppers with it and make yourself a nice omelet. This here, it's awesome if you just do it like a piece of toast when this is all done. You put it on that toast and you eat it. It's like awesome. Anyways, we're gonna let this cook for a minute. And then I'm going to get my thing that's ready. You do know my sister hates, remember, my sister hates when I walk away from the camera. Okay, so I'm doing 3 eggs. A little too much, but. Now you can do anything you want with your eggs, however you want it. Now I'll do, when I scramble my eggs, I'll do milk. You can do milk. I love mayonnaise, so I'll do eggs and mayonnaise, a little bit of mayonnaise, and you get nice fluffy eggs. This time I'm not doing the milk, I'm not doing the mayonnaise, I'm gonna do the pesto I made. I made some basil pesto. It's right here. And this is not hard to make, and I can't remember if I did a video on pesto. Alright, we're gonna have to take a quick break. Are you ready? Okay. Hello again. Okay, now to get back to this, I have 3 eggs in here. I'm just gonna put a little pepper in, a little salt. I salt and pepper as I go. Okay, I'm just gonna mix this up. Real funny like this. My onions and peppers are still cooking in the background. Okay, this is my pesto. I love making pesto. All it is basil, nuts. You can use pine nuts, walnuts. I use walnuts because I don't really care for pine nuts. And a little salt, some cheese, and basil. Right? Did I say that right? And I'm just going to put something in there just to flavor my stuff up. I put probably a whole teaspoon in. And this way, it's got garlic in there too. That's the best part. Okay, that's all done. My onions and peppers here are going to be done right now. Here's my onions and peppers. Look how nice they look. Nice and pretty. Now look, I used a red Italian pepper. You can use green pepper, jalapeno pepper, you whatever pepper you want. This is my choice, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to that chopped tomato. I don't want to add it to my egg yet because if I add it to my egg, I'm going to be in trouble because it'll probably cook the egg because it's still hot. Okay, I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm just going to wipe off the edge here. I'm going to keep that pan dirty. Put it back on the stove. And then I'm going to turn this back on. You know, medium, whatever. And then put a little more oil in. I use olive oil. You can use any oil, I guess. Probably another tablespoon of oil. Okay, I'm going to take my tomato rings. Oh wait, better do this first. I'm going to mix my stuff up here. Mix this all up. And then I'm going to add it to my egg. Because then I know it's going to be... You don't have to add it all, and I probably am not going to add it all. I have to wait until... Okay, I can add some more. Depending on how much you want in there. Okay, see how nice that looks? Okay. Then I take... You do it any way you want. I do it this way because I just do it this way. I'm fussy. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm gonna put my tomatoes in. Okay, I'm putting the tomatoes in. Whew, that just hit me. Darn it. Okay. Fine china in the garbage. I'm going to turn that down because we don't need it that high. Whoops, excuse me. Need to squirt some some don't have oil in there, so I want to make sure I add some in. So once I'm done with that, I take my mixture and I pour it into the cup, just like this. See? See how that is? 3 eggs weren't too bad. Okay. Okay, guys. After I got all the egg mixture in, okay, I did put it on a little low, and so it really doesn't burn the egg, maybe brown a little bit. But I put the lid on so it starts to set up on top. So when I flip it is the time when I put my cheese on. Okay, now I use an Italian blend cheese. It's got the Parmesan, the Romano, the Asiago. It's all mixed together. That's my preference. You want to use mozzarella, use mozzarella. You want to use whatever, taco blend, do that. It's whatever your flavors are. I tell you, I just give you what I do and what my family likes. So we'll be back in about 3 minutes and we'll flip them, okay? Okay, it's been a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna flip these guys. See, you just got a little bit of brown right there. And actually, it's good. Okay, so I'm going to flip each one of these. Believe me, it's not hard. If you can flip an egg, you can flip a tomato. Easy as that. Now with me, see that egg right there in that pan? I'm going to flip that baby on top so I don't waste that little bit of egg. Because you know what? Somebody will eat it. Okay, you can tell if they're not ready, because they'll fall apart on you. Just like this one here. But you know what? I'm going to flip it anyways. Woo! I'm going to stuff that baby back in. But you know what? If you make a mistake, oh well. What are you going to do? No one will ever know. See? I'm going to put that nice and pretty. Easy as that. See that? Whatever you do, don't waste food. The dog's always hungry. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to cover this for another 3 minutes, and then I'm going to load that with cheese, put the lid back on, and let it go. All right, we'll be right back. We're ready. Here's my cheese. I'm going to just put a little dab on each one of them, like so. Okay. I mean, you know American cheese on you. I guess you can do American. You do whatever cheese you want. I don't care. Whatever your family likes. Okay, so once I'm done with this, I'm going to put the lid back on. But first, I don't like the way it looks. So I'm going to get my handy dandy pesto. And I'm just, not my pesto, my parsley. And I'm just going to put a little color into it. Almost looks like Christmas. Oh, that cheese. And I put a little parsley on there just to make it look pretty. I mean, if it looks good, it's going to taste good. And even if it doesn't look good, it's going to taste good. Because you made it. Okay, we'll be back in a couple minutes. See you back here. Okay, guys, we're back. I just took this off the stove. Here is our creation. Okay, let me throw this in here because it's hot. I have a piece of toast down. And now listen, this is how I served it. You could serve it I don't care how you serve it, to tell you the truth. All I know is it's good. You don't have to have bread. You don't have to have nothing you don't want. Get a piece of toast, throw that on there, and then let me take a nice one, put that on there like this. Check that out. Oh man, that is crazy good. I am not kidding when I tell you this. You guys really need to try this recipe. I mean, this is how I ate it, and then I actually waited for it to cool for a little bit. Don't be careful because you're gonna really burn your mouth on it. I'm not even gonna take a bite of it because yeah, it's not a good idea. So what I do is I pick that thing right up and just bite right into it, but let it cool down first. You know what? You could put butter on there if you want on your bread. I liked it just plain. So listen, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, a like, a share, give me a comment or two, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay? See ya. Manja, manja. It's crazy good. You really need to do it. See ya.